Welcome, everybody. I think we are good to go, Shana.
I'll turn it to Manar.
Yeah. صباح الخير ومساء الخير لكل اللي موجودين.
Good evening, good afternoon for everyone. I would like to welcome you in our seminar today. We would like to tell you about the assets of Ahlan Simsim educational program. Me and Shanna, we're so happy for meeting you. Before we start, I would like to say that we have interpretation in Arabic and in English. And if you'd like to access the channel you prefer, you can select at the bottom of the screen. There is an icon which is called interpretation at the bottom of the screen. You can select the language you prefer from there, which you'd like to listen to the webinar in. We will be recording this session to benefit from the session in the next stages of the program. Now, we have been interested in developing the educational assets so that we can use them in the field of education and ECD, early childhood development, in the Middle East and outside. Those are available for individuals and institutions which will provide services for the children and their families. This webinar is going to also guide us in regard to where we can find the educational sources. We will be also talking about some success stories and recommendations from those who have used our own content. However, we have a number of friends who would like to greet you. The floor is yours.
أهلا جاد، جاهز؟
How are you, Jad? Are you ready?
جاد، شو
Jad,
المشكلة؟
what's the
بسمة.
problem?
أنا
Abasma,
عندي شعور
I
قوي
have this
وما
very
عارفة
strong
شو أحكي
feeling
لك
and I
إني
don't know
هون.
how to say this
أنا
to everyone
أنا
here.
متوتر.
I'm a bit tense.
بفهمك، رح
I
يكون في
understand you.
كتير
There
ناس
are going to
مهمين.
be so many important
ناس
people
مهمين؟
here.
بس
Very.
جاد،
ها؟
عادي إنك تحس
Jad,
هيك. كنت
it's
حاسة
normal to
حالي
feel this.
متوترة.
I felt as well tense,
كيف
but I
بنتعامل مع
remembered how
مشاعرنا
we deal with
القوية.
our very strong
مزبوط
feelings.
بسمة.
Of course, Basma, I agree.
عندي فكرة جاد.
Great.
خلينا
I have an
نتنفس
idea, Jad. Let's breathe from
تمام،
our
تمام.
stomach. Okay,
خلينا نحط
let's do
إيدينا على
that.
بطننا.
Let's put our hands on
بعدين
our stomach
شهيق.
and then inhale
وهلا زفير.
and then exhale.
تمام. شكرا بسمة.
Again,
هلا
thank you,
حاسس
Basma.
حالي أحسن
Now I
شوي.
feel I'm
هلا.
better.
شو
Thank you.
الخطة؟
What's the plan?
شو بدنا نحكي
What are we
لكل
going to
هدول
say
الناس؟
to all those people here?
نقدر نبلش؟
We can start
شوف
with
الكل
look,
صار هون.
everyone has
مرحبا
arrived.
جميعا.
How are you all?
أهلا فيكم. أهلا.
We would like to welcome you.
صديقي جاد وأنا
You are my friend. Me and Jad are so
أهلاً.
happy to see you. You are welcome.
صح. نحن
Yes.
مبسوطين لأنه أنتم
We
هون
are
مشان
so
تحكوا
happy that
كيف
you are
يصير
here
العالم مكان
and
أحسن
because you are here
لكثير من
talking about how the world
الأطفال
is going to
ومثل
be a better world
عائلاتنا.
for us and for
شكله
our
شغل كتير
families
مهم.
and for
لازم
other
نتركهم
children like us
يبلشوا.
and their
يلا
families.
جاد،
Thank you.
خلينا
Allow them
نروح
to start. Let's join. Let's go.
خطة كتير حلوة
That's a
وأنا
very good
بحب
plan.
الخطط.
I love those
تمام.
plans.
انبسطوا
Great.
بوقتكم. مع
Enjoy your
السلامة.
time. Goodbye. Goodbye.
أهلا جاد.
Thank you. Thank you to Basma and Jad for that introduction. And thank you all for being with us here today. Before we begin, I'd really like to just take a moment to acknowledge that children's lives have been again disrupted by devastating violence in Israel and Palestine, the ongoing violence, all of which continues to unfold. The loss of lives is heartbreaking. Our thoughts and prayers are with you, your family, friends, and colleagues who have been impacted. As you know, part of why we're here today is the Ahlan Simsim initiative was created to support the needs of all children, particularly those affected by crisis and conflict. The resources we will review today have been used in classrooms, centers, clinics, and shared throughout digital platforms. We've reached all children across MENA, including those affected by displacement and crises like the explosion in the Beirut port, and most recently after the earthquake in Turkey and Syria. As Sesame Workshop, we are now considering how these resources can support families affected by this ongoing crisis as well. I also want to highlight that this webinar precedes a larger share out of tools and resources from Sesame Workshop and its partners coming in the latter half of 2024. And this will include a toolkit for practitioners and researchers working with young children in the space of early childhood education and emergencies. I'll now show a quick video that provides an overview of our work.
أنا صار لي تقريبا من وقت من 2012
Since
جينا من
2012,
بيت
we have
سوريا تدمر يعني وجينا من
our
الحرب
have
جينا
come
لهون
from Syria. Our
2012
house has
وعايش
been
بنفس
destroyed.
الخيمة
Since
تقريبا
2012, we are in the same tent.
إيه عندي 4 أولاد
Yes.
المأساة اللي عشناها إحنا ما حد أتذكرها
We
يعني
have lived this misery and we don't want to
إذا الولد من
remember
هلا بيشيل هم
that.
معناته ما في
And
ما له مستقبل يعني
there is no future for the child if they started being concerned since today.
يلا يلا شوف الكنز. سندويشات.
الطفولة هي كل شيء.
Childhood is
يعني هي
everything.
مرحلة مستقبل
It's
الطفل،
this,
هون هو الأساس.
stage at which it is the basis for their future.
يعني مش بس إنه أنا بدي
It's not
أجي
just I
وبدك
want
تتعلم
to
هول الأحرف والأرقام
teach you
وخلص
the,
تنفل
just the
على البيت.
numbers and
إيه
also the
صار لهم
alphabet and you
سنتين
go home.
بيروحوا على
No,
المركز
they've
أهلا
been
سمسم
going to this Ahlan
في أنا ابني
Sesame
هذا
Welcome
الوطن
Sesame
يمكن
Center for
قلت
about 2
لك كان
years.
نفسيته تعبانة
My
كثير يعني
child
كان
was
مرات
a bit
سلم ونفسية ما بعرف
not
فزع
psychologically
ولا
well,
شيء
was feeling
عم يرتاح
was
نفسيا يعني
having
قلت لك
panic
أنا هذا
attacks.
الشيء
Now they're
إنه
feeling more
بيجي
he's
بيروح
feeling more
لهنيك لبرا
comfortable
بيرتاح أكثر
after
يجي
coming
بروح على
back
المركز
from
تبع
that
السنسم.
center.
يعني الدعم النفسي كتير مهم بهذه
Psychological
المرحلة.
support is very important
عم
at this
نحاول دائما
stage.
نوفر بيئة آمنة
We are
لإله.
trying to provide
هذا
a safe
البرنامج هو
environment for the
موجود
child.
بحياتهم
This
دائما
program
متكامل
is
بين
in their
المدرسة وبين
life,
البيت.
whether at school, whether at the home.
أولادي أهم شيء إنه أول شيء العلم
I would like to say
يعني أنا
yes,
عشت بظروف صعبة يعني
justice. We've lived so many
أدور
difficult
إنه
things.
حياة أفضل
I
يعني.
would like to provide for a better life for my children.
I'll just highlight that since this video was produced, IRC has now reached over 2 million children, caregivers and children with direct services. And the show has reached 27 million. As you can see, we have been running a full-scale program, and we're now hoping to make the resources that we've created for this program publicly available for use by anyone who is interested. I'll now pass to my colleague, Layla Hussein, who will walk you through the educational assets we have made publicly available and show you where you can find them. Over to you, Layla.
ليلى أنت muted ليلى.
Thank you very much شانا وشكرا جزيلا لزميلتي شانا على هذا.
Thank you very much, my colleague Sana, for this introduction. As my colleague had said, I will start now by presenting some of the websites which through you can find the assets that Welcome Sesame have provided and produced. And this is and this is why we are actually here in this webinar. I will share my screen with you now. At the beginning, you can go to any Google website and then you can write Ahlan Simsim in Arabic or in English, Welcome Sesame, and you'll find immediately that Ahlan Simsim would be amongst the first to appear to you. And here you find our website, the electronic website. Of course, there is a website for Ahlan Simsim. You will find this presentation in more than one language. You can select the language you prefer, and you have some Arabic, and you have English, you have Kurdish as well. I will now present in Arabic. I will show some of the materials we have. You can use here. You'll find a small introduction about the program. You can find also the characters, who's Mazuza, how old she is, her character, all the characters who are part of Sesame, Ahlan Simsim. You can also find here two places where you have so many material which we have produced in the main also resources. We will have a look now at all the resources. We'll find here the article or the items are organized according to their feelings, which is the main axis, which is psychological, social learning, things which are related to sadness, anger, determination, and the other types of feelings we have selected to work on in this program. Of course, at every feeling, you'll find a number of material attached. They can be stories, they can also be some episodes of the different seasons of this program. Some of them might be songs, some of them might be worksheets, and etc. You'll find as well a number of posters and worksheets, and I will show you later a number of those so that you can work on those. Of course, this is one of the areas where you can find the resources in the same website. You can go to follow all the rest or where you talk about taking care of others. Here you'll find a number of material which have been produced at the time of COVID-19. And they are not only talking about hygiene, health issues. However, there are a number of games and also other educational resources which you can use at school, at home, and which tell you a lot about, for example, a moment with May. A number of small videos were made that tells the families about they can do in case there is a difficult circumstances, in case they are in a very pressurizing place or surrounding. This is not the only place you can find at the resources or assets of Ahlan Simsim. There's also a YouTube website. Can you see the website, the YouTube?
Yes, we can see it.
على اليوتيوب أيضا بإمكانكم أن
On YouTube as well, you can open the YouTube page. You can write on top, welcome Sesame, and immediately you will find one of them, the first suggestion, which will be Ahlan Simsim channel. You'll find maybe hundreds or thousands of educational resources in the shape of small videos, clips, sometimes longer ones. Some of the episodes will be complete of all Ahlan Simsim. And as workers with the children, we always encourage going to the playlist. If you look at the playlist, this would help you find the titles, the videos which are suitable for what you're looking for. For example, you can find here some of the things about patience, love, friendship, as well. You can start searching for what you want. You can find some stories as well. Some of them are narrated. Some of them are PDF in the form of PDF. Some of them have been produced as in a verbal manner, narrated, and some also psychosocial material, languages, numeration, and in addition to some songs and some videos which can help the families and support them. Uh, and I would like to go back now to, of course, here you can find the number of videos here. In regard to the songs, here you have a large number, 291 songs. They are they vary and they are beautiful, and I advise you to enjoy them. I'll go back to the electronic website to show you. If you go to the English, for example, channel or website, we'll find the partners content. Here you find, for example, the educational framework of Ahlan Simsim. Welcome Sesame. We can look at this. You can use the website. You can download this to use later. And not to be long, I have already downloaded this and I will be sharing this in a separate screen now. I will show you the educational framework in Arabic. This is it. The educational framework in Arabic for Welcome Sesame. Everything have been done by the group of consultants who came from all around the world, from the Arab world as well. And this was based on the goals which we have created. The material have been created in harmony with the goals set. This is the resources, the assets book, which is going to seed the seeds of the social psychosocial um, and behavioral mentality. The first season talks about feelings. Sorry, this is the first and second. The third was talking about looking from the perspective of others. The third, hope, optimism, kindness, finding solutions, new approaches to learning at the end. Within this educational framework, you can find the videos attached, the links which will take you directly to the videos, the educational material, which is an example or reference here. For example, here you can see some of the most important feelings which we were worked on in the first season. You can see the strategies which can help get rid of this tension, which is because of the very strong relationship or feelings like anger, concern, fear, upset, tension, loneliness, jealousy. Those we can work on with the children through some songs, small clips. Of course, in every season, we have our goals, we have strategies where through which we can achieve the goals we want to achieve. I don't want to be long. I will show you here some examples of the stories. We have so many stories and topics tackled by those stories. For example, what is in the box? This is provided in a very simple manner. You can print this, you can download this on your computer. your mobile phone, and this is for the families, the also caregivers. Some of the stories have been prepared for the loud reading for the older children. Some stories did not have text. It was only, or they were only photos, and the child would be creating the story themselves. Some stories had very short texts for the younger children. I would show you some examples because we don't have much time to show all of them. Of course, some also other small brochures which we can use in the first and the second classes of the kindergarten, and some material which is related to the cards. We have cards for numbers, for the alphabet, for as well the psychosocial learning, introducing feelings to the children. And there are the busy pictures which have a number of goals you can use in a number of ways while in class. Posters you can also use dealing with strong emotions and the strategies. Here a big group of worksheets where we can treat the psychosocial learning, and this is quickly a small overview, a very short overview about the most important products of Welcome Sesame. I here move back to, I hope that you have enjoyed this. I go back now to my friend, to my colleague Yasmin, to tell us about another topic, another product of the Ahlan or Welcome Sesame's products. Yasmin, the microphone is closed.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Leila, for this great presentation. I'm going to be talking about our facilitator application that was developed to host all the resources in a user-friendly way for the facilitators and as a tool for them to ease their facilitation process. I'm going to share my screen now. Okay, for starters, the application can be downloaded through arkan.digital. It's available on desktop, iOS, and Android, and you can create an account and test it out for yourselves. I'm going to present the desktop application. Let me just try and... Okay, so the desktop application is, as I said, a tool for the facilitator to be able to access all the program content and ease their facilitation process. So once the facilitator logs in, they have a home page where they can add the program that they are currently implementing. So we have all the programs that Ahlan Simsim offers. So, for example, if we start with Ahlan Simsim families, they can start the programs that they are doing, and it would be available on their homepage for ease of access. They can also use this tool where they can track their to-do list. They can add a task, add a date, and it will show on their calendar. We can access all the program content over here. So if we see the Ahlan Simsim families, for example, so we have the guide and the phone modality guide as well. And if they click, they'd be able to see all the different sessions that they would need. They can access each session and find all the material needed in a user-friendly way. So they can navigate each session with all its components organized in a way where they can easily read it and use it for prep for facilitation. We have also gathered all the resources that Ahlan Simsim has developed in the past 5 to 6 years, and they can easily be accessed within the session itself. So, for example, here, this is one of the attachments that's needed for this session, and they would be able to just click on it and it would download the resource they need for that session. My internet's acting a little funny today, but this is what happens. They just download it and it opens up instantly on their phone or the desktop. They can also download all the resources directly on the application to be used for offline use when they do not have internet connection. Another tool in this application is this mural board or lesson plan board where they can create their own lesson plan board where they can, sorry, let me see how I can. Okay, not sure if you can see this part, but you can, let me. Okay, so this allows them to quickly be able to either insert any text, edit it any way they want. They can
يريد يمكن له أن يقدم أو يرسم
add emojis or emoticons as needed. And they can attach pictures or videos or documents. So this actually helps during either if they are presenting on a projector or if they are actually doing this remotely, it would help. They can also attach videos either directly from their desktop or through YouTube. So this enables a direct search of Ahlan Simsim videos, and they can click on any one of them and it would appear on the screen. And once they're ready to facilitate the session, they can just click play and it would work. They can also attach documents if they need, if they have any worksheet that they'd like to show. It can also show over here. Another functionality is the search, where they can search all our resources. So, for example, if they're looking for number 5, how do I switch this to Arabic? This is still under development, so with specific keywords, they can find all the resources that they're looking for, either worksheets, or they can even look for a specific type of video. So if it's a video or a YouTube or a document, they can search for it all over here. This is all the resources that we have. This is still under development and it's being tagged, but for now, this is what it looks like. And all the resources will be available here. They can also filter by age group and if it's child facing or caregiver facing and the type of session that they are delivering. Over here is where they find everything they've downloaded. So they can download a specific session or a specific resource or the program as a whole. As I said, it's also available through mobile, and this is what it looks like on the mobile. They can find the sessions, they can find all the information they need for delivering the program. Thank you. And I'm not sure who comes
Yeah, it's me. شكرا ياسمين. شكرا ياسمين كتير على هذا العرض. بحب كمان أشير
Thank you so much, Yasmin, for this presentation. I would like to also view some resources. We have more resources than we presented, but we don't want to show everything. We cannot show everything we worked on. One of the most important things that we worked on was the electronic training platform. It really trains about the early childhood and to educators and people who deal with children on daily basis, because in the Arab world we lack the resources to train educators in that area. And if anyone is interested, please feel free to contact us so we can connect you and allow you into this electronic platform. Now it's the time for our guests. We welcome you. We are honored to have you here. The guests will try to present the experiences that we did in our region. And my question is to everyone: what is the program that was implemented in your local area, and how did Ahlan Simsim help achieve your goals? We will start with Miss Hashwem in the office of Lebanon from IRC. Go ahead, Siwar Hashwa. Thank you so much, Siwar. Thank you for having me. Next slide, please. This picture was taken during the remote education program in Lebanon, especially targeting children of 5 years old, those who are unable to attend in person for different reasons. This program, remote early childhood program, was developed based on the results and recommendations after experimenting with remote programs with children aging between 3 to 6 years old during the COVID-19 pandemic. This remote early childhood program was implemented through WhatsApp, and caregiver and the children were joining in group calls between 2 and 3 times a week, and the program lasted for 11 weeks. The number of group calls was about 33 calls. Each of them is between 35 to 40 minutes long, only to facilitate the implementation of this program. So children were given educational bags and toolkits to have the tools they need to participate in the activities. I will give examples about that. Children stories for Ahlan Simsim that my colleague Leila just presented. Other posters and stickers, educational stickers and posters, and of course office supplies. Educators who were implementing this program were sharing also with the parents links on WhatsApp, links of songs and short clips and videos and interactive stories that are within the resources provided by Ahlan Simsim program. This is I need to point out that the impact was studied, the impact on children was studied with the University of New York, and the results show clearly that there is a huge impact on improving literacy and numeracy and other even motion skills to those children, as if they attended a full academic year at school. This specific photo taken while implementing the program, we see a child along with her mother listening to a narrated story from the stories in the resources of Ahlan Simsim that you can find it on the YouTube page of Ahlan Simsim. Uh, During the implementation of this remote education program, more than 1,200 child in Lebanon were utilizing this program, and the children learned new words, new vocabulary, new understanding and comprehension of whatever they read and they listen to, and they were able to distinguish between letters and words and sentences, and even know the direction of writing. All of these stories actually helped also the parents because it is narrated in voice. So we all deal with parents from different educational backgrounds. So this would be
بس بدي أنبهك على الوقت
please
حبيبتي.
next slide. I would like to point out just the tight timeline we have. Yes, I only need one more minute. Here we see a group of children that they are working on some worksheets that were distributed during the program, and those worksheets help those children improve their numeracy skills and shape drawing skills, and this also improved their social interactions because it allowed them to understand and accept their own feelings and the feelings of others, and to show some sympathy as well as showing a positive and reflecting a positive image of themselves. Thank you everyone, and I go back to Manar. Thank you so much, Siwar. This was a very excellent program. Thank you so much. Now we move to another program, amazing program by Ayat Al Aqra, the technical manager of IRC in Jordan for early childhood education. Thank you so much, everyone, for attending. I am here to talk about the one of the most important things of expanding the programs in Jordan. It was in collaboration with the health ministry. It was designed and developed by IRC in collaboration with the Minister of Health in Jordan, and because the IRC are very keen to target children of early childhood age, the program uh, follows all the strategic goals of the ministry and try to integrate all the early childhood education into the care health services provided in all cities and location in around Jordan. A team of the International Rescue Committee came to present videos, stories, short stories, and posters and other educational materials and resources. Those resources were reviewed, and we worked closely with the IRC team to design a full program for early childhood that can be implemented throughout all doctors and healthcare providers around the Kingdom of Jordan. We had so many guides as well, more than one guide to serve in this health service care. One of them is the uh, guidance for early childhood, which was used by the healthcare providers to present it to all and to help all service providers in healthcare centers. Can we move to the next slide, please? In this slide, we can see, as you can see in the picture, there is a tool of conversation. It's the flip calendar, as we call it as well. It includes educational and skills and capacity increasing in regards to integrating people of disability, children of disability, and how to deal with children and how to improve their own understanding of their feelings and their emotional state. Can we move to the next slide, please? The interactive principles or boxes, they are in all the waiting rooms in Jordan. We have two types of them. One of them, as you can see in the picture, is moving boxes. Those boxes will give the chance to the parents alongside with their children to learn a lot of new concepts like the social emotional understanding, numeracy, literacy, and even numbers and letters in English as well. Also, we have electronical messages that are sent to through our WhatsApp app using the chatbot, and it's targeting children of 6 years old. Many of them are sent through video, many of them are written, some of them are audio messages or even pictures, to make sure that it would fulfill all the needs of service providers and caregivers, no matter how they would like to present their own lessons and activities. I would like to share with you a great news of one of the successes that Ahlan Simsim program was adopted in the Jordan Nursing Council as a condition for all the healthcare staff to be training to before they get their before they get certified to uh, to work. We are very proud of achieving the goals that we set forward with the ministry, and we are very proud that we did this. I will show you a short video that would show the services that that are provided in Jordan, and it would show the huge efforts of the Ministry of Health in Jordan and how we can take this to the next level. Thank you so much, everyone.
أنا ليالي عمري 36 سنة، عندي 4 أطفال، عائلة أصغر وحدة، عائلة عمرها 1.5 سنة. أنا بحسها كتير ذكية، محبوبة، مسيطرة، عنيدة شوي. من عمر آيلة بلشت هون أجي، وسجلت متابعة إلها، وبلشت أجي كل شهر أتابعها هون.
كانت الدورة كتير حلوة، مواضيع جديدة انضافت لنا مثل العناد، نوبات الغضب، صعوبات الطعام، الإرضاء في الطعام، صرنا نعرف إيش نعطي مشورات للأم.
النصائح التربوية من أهلا سمسم كان في أكثر إشي موضوع الأكل وموضوع إنه بنتي كثير عنيدة.
الأمهات بيفتقروا لهي المواضيع وصعب إنهم يحصلوها في الأماكنات الثانية.
هي غلبتني شوي في الأكل، بس مع نصائحهم الحمد لله مشيت يعني. هلا اهم إشي تتواصلوا مع اطفالكم، تحكوا معهم، تلعبوهم، بنمي قدراتهم العقليه، بصيروا اجتماعيين اكثر، يعني بيكبروا بصيروا يعرفوا كيف يتصرفوا في الحياه.
شكرا آيات على العرض المتميز وعلى هاي التجربة.
Thank you Ayat for this amazing presentation and this experiment. Now let's move to one of our partners' experience presented by Ms. Manar Shneh, the program coordinator of SEMA Northwest of Syria. Thank you so much. In SEMA, we worked on implementing a lot of programs regarding early childhood in Northwest Syria, especially that we have a huge number of displaced people who are subject to trauma and excessive and repeated trauma, not ending with the earthquake. Let's talk on one of those programs we implemented. Ahlan Simsim program included safe spaces for children that were integrated with other services like taking care of children and women empowerment and healthcare clinics and all of such activities. The goal was to utilize the time that the child will be doing those activities or even interacting with their own parents. Here we try to support their development and their growth and try to work with all their different types of needs, and to exercise some skills, social and psychological skills that would allow them to improve their interactivity among themselves and with others. This would help and increase the ability of those children to integrate in among their communities and among the host communities as well. The type of interactive programs we do, we teach them how to brainstorm, how to play or pretend play, how to use a lot of the resources that are already familiar to those children, because that will empower their identity and their the environment they live in. We use a lot of the media resources that are available to enhance the experience and to deepen this impact to children, and especially short stories, videos, worksheets, and other activities and resources and tools. It allows the children to learn how to identify their feelings, how they deal with different strategies to against trauma and severe anxiety. Also to learn empathy with the others. It's very important that we get the feedback from the parents that whose children we worked with. They told us that Ahlan Simsim helps our children to control their emotions and feelings and be able to deal with them. One of the parents said that my child used to be very scared of any loud noises because of the bombing there. So they started to learn how to control their reactions and their emotions to that. And because Ahlan Simsim involves and integrates so many cultures around the Arab world, it would also allow them to learn how to respect the others and to integrate with other cultures. It improved the friendships among children, it improved their educational results, and it would allow them to accept other children, especially children of disability. One of the most important stories of success, one child was used to be very scared and shocked and panic when the airstrike happens. So she started to learn this technique of breathing slowly and controlling her breath, and that actually allowed her to snap out of panic mode. And that also was a technique that she used back when she went back to her home as well. One of the success stories that I would like to share with you as well is that here in SEMA we integrated early childhood programs with all of the programs that for child care and child protection from all funders, and the impact is very very realistic and seen on the ground. Thank you all, everyone, for all your help and your support. Thank you. Thank you, Manar. Thank you for you and for all the people working in this area, which really needs this type of work and support. Also, another experiment and that we are really proud of as IRC and Ahlan Simsim is with the Ministry of Education in Iraq. I welcome Dr. Hadil Abdul Wahab, Head of Social Science Department in the General Directorate of Curricula in Iraq. Go ahead, Doctor. Dr. Hadil, I think your mic is muted. I don't see you in the speaking panel. Dr. Hadil, would you please start? I think she is speaking as an interpreter. If you can remove her from the interpretation, she's like a third interpreter. If you can remove the email and update the interpretation, please. I think now the problem is fixed.
بطلت شايفة دكتورة هديل على الشاشة. مش عارفة إذا ننتقل
I'm not sure if we can move to a different slide or the next presentation and we come back to Dr. Hadil when this is fixed, or can we wait for her? I see her personally. This is the interpreter speaking. I see her as interpreter. If you can, yeah, if you can go to the interpretation, the host should go to the interpretation, select, erase her name and update it. If you can go to the interpretation, please select her name, remove her email from the interpretation and update it.
Thank you for flagging. I'm working on it. If we can move on to the next speaker, and I'll work on changing the setup.
اوكي. دكتورة هديل رح نروح للعرض اللي بعده.
We will move to the next presentation until we fix the technical issue. Now we move to Dr. Haytham Al-Zu'bi, the Director of Planning and Research Department, the National Council for Family Affairs in Jordan. He would gladly introduce their unique experiment of the program in Jordan. Thank you, Manar. Thank you all. The experience I want to participate and present is a little bit unique and different from the experiments that were already presented. I would want to talk in behalf of the National Council and the collaboration with IRC in this Ahlan Simsim program. The main idea was how to build real partnerships and utilize all the resources and the materials that were produced by Ahlan Simsim program. This was worked on, especially in the sector of early childhood and the nurseries as well. The utilization of professional skills and scientific experiments that are built into this program, Ahlan Simsim. It is very important to stress how the partnership from the onset was focusing on sustainability. I still remember how we worked together to find a way to present a high quality of services to nurseries in Jordan. And we managed through all of the experience that we have, that the staff has, we were able to put a system of quality monitoring in Jordan, which is the first of kind in Jordan. This was provided by all of the staff working on the Ahlan Simsim staff, and it utilized the feedback that we received as well, and how we also added materials to integrate the children of disability as well. This was a huge turning point for the National Council for Family Affairs, especially that we as the council, we are national entity that cares about early childhood, and this was a partnership up to the level of policies and implementation. That's in Jordan. Truthfully, this collaboration led the council to sit and write down all of the priorities in regarding to the services, the healthcare, the early childhood education, and social support. We The program also managed to shed light more on the early childhood. And when I'm talking about this, I mean the first 5 years of child's life. We expanded our services for the early childhood, and we produced this quality system. And this also trained and the staff that works in nurseries and deals with children to produce and to be able to implement such a program in a high quality. This collaboration between an international organization like the IRC and us, it's I would simulate that to a person driving a car. When you are when you meet people who are very skilled, very wise, and very experienced, you can be able to learn things from them, and enough things that would change your life and put you on a different road altogether, and will lead you to a great to great results. This partnership is actually guided us through this road into a very uh, broad destination, especially now that we see early childhood now is one of the main priorities in Jordan, and taking full care and and care from us. I would thank Ahlan Simsim staff. I would thank the IRC to help us uh, affect and impact the policy making in Jordan into adopting this important issue. Thank you so much, Haytham, Dr. Haytham, and thank you for this experience. We are very honored to work with you. Now we go back to Dr. Hadil, and if Dr. Hadil can try to test her mic right now. Dr. Hadil? Dr. Hadil will be speaking from my own microphone. I will open it from my device then. Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon you.
كثير من
there are a lot of qualities, especially of the specific situation in Iraq. The program was on a pilot trial period, and after that it was implemented in the governorate of Nineveh, and after that the children, they were very keen, very in very need to leave and flee their city because of the attacks, ISIS terrorist attacks. The impact of our program was not only seen on children, but also it impacted the educators and teachers in the governorate of Nineveh. It actually took them out of their sadness and depression and stereotypical feelings under the occupation of ISIS terrorist gangs. We managed to see all the positive impacts and results of our program, so we wanted to expand this experience from Nineveh to all other cities in Iraq, and we need such programs to be able to avoid the issue, the problems we have in education system, to make it fun and interesting for children. Also, we have a problem that
less than 10% of the children join the kindergarten, and the diagnosis was most of the students, so when they go to the classes for a month, they don't want to be within the school because they are afraid, because of so many other psychological issues, especially at this age. In Ninawa, we have trained 300 teachers in Ninawa schools as well for the kindergartens, and we have requested the permission of the families to expand the program even further to cover more schools. We selected 1,800 schools, trained 3,000 teachers. The first in the first grades, we have presented those programs on 2022, and this was in partnership with international with the IRC, and we have trained 160 leaders, the teachers, and also we have revised the toolkit for the school, and we prepared this according to the Iraqi standards. We supported the program, not as well through the guidelines, through the also images, but the program as well was presented with videos so that the children would be using, and this is also to create the interactive environment. We have also added some stories which have revised with the committee to be suitable for the Iraqi environment. After that, we launched to all the in all the governorates of Iraq. This year, we have this program was adopted by the Ministry of Education, and it is now part of the school curricula. The first few days are just to prepare for the school, psychological preparation for the first graders. This had created the interactive social atmosphere for the children, which had broken the ice at the beginning, especially from at the stage of moving from the house to the school. And because this system of the school is different, amongst the things which I believe are positive points of this year is that the committee have in cooperation with the Ministry of Education have trained the leaders of training, and we suffered from the difficulty in printing the training resources in the past, and also the images and the other resources, as well as the bags, school bags. So, apologies. So the IRC had helped us with a program which has all the resources. Now the people who have joined this application are more, and now it's making us happy that it's more spread. Visiting the schools this year, the schools of Iraq, all of them, during the first 10 days of the year, we have met the parents. One of the parents said she has three children, and whenever she wanted to take them to the school every year at the beginning, she would spend a month and a half until they are adopted to or accustomed to this new atmosphere. She said, "What about this year?" She said, "This year the children want to go to school. They are more enthusiastic about going to school." And this is a good experience. We looked at the impact, and this is in the first day there are some we wanted to compare, so we have done those exercises in one class and not in the other, and we started looking at the differences. The children in the other class who did not attend the Sesame program were sad, and they wanted to be with in the other class because they wanted to be part of the activities. I took them to the class to be part of the preparation for the school program, and there was the Miss Ruqayya. She said, "We don't want to leave. We want to stay in school." So this young lady wanted to stay. This interaction have helped them to love the school. I would like to tell you another story. We have benefited from the program. We included it in the program of ethical subject, and we are now thinking about the sustainability plan. How can we present the activities? How can we build them? And we have made those in the first three classes or grades of the programs. The strategy of the building the programs in the Ministry of Education have changed. towards teaching through playing. Now we are about to have a strategic change in the curricula, especially in the first 3 grades. And this is in the with the Ministry of Education. Apologies for this, but it's just because of the confusion which happened at the beginning. The success stories are a lot. Thank you very much, Dr. Hadil. Amongst the things I've also seen in Nainawa was that there was a center for children who one of the children had she had a lot of sadness, and then after a while, after a year of prepare this program application, this child now had become in the 2nd grade. Now she is more interested in going to the 1st grade because she wants to attend the preparation program again. That's why we want this preparation program, not just for the 1st graders, the 2nd, the 3rd as well, so that the child, as you know, during the summer stay at home, and this means there is a gap, and we want this preparation to be in the first 3 grades. Thank you, and apologies for being long. Thank you, Dr. Hadil. I was one of the lucky people who have seen how you are doing the implementation in Baghdad. What you're saying is a reality we've seen, and we are so proud that this was adopted by the Ministry of Education in Iraq. Thank you for all your efforts, all who have worked on this program. Otherwise, we would not have reached those results. Now we can go or start looking at the questions and in the Q&A. I will start posing those questions or answer them if I can. The first question is about which dialect you have those videos in. Now, the main idea of Welcome Sesame is that this is a mixed community where you have more than one affiliation in regard to the children. They come from a different background. There are a number of accents. Every character in the program speaks a different dialect. From the Levant, there's so many dialects. Shana, if you want, we can look at the questions together. Do you want to answer the second question in English? I don't have a problem.
Sure. So the YouTube channel, unfortunately, is only available in Arabic, not English, but we do have the resource page on the website. You can toggle between English and Arabic for the framing text. So the resources themselves are still in Arabic, but the text around them that explains the topics they cover is in English. And if you reach out to us after the webinar, I'm happy to share the direct link to that as well.
السؤال اللي بعده كيف
The
ممكن
next question, how can we access the specific guides of Ahlan Simsim? You can reach those if you go to the platform which my colleague Yasmin had talked about. We have shared the link with you on the chat. This is the chat. In the chat, you can see the link of the application which has the resources or the assets of Ahlan Simsim. Yes, this is an open source. You can reach using the website or the YouTube channel or the application Yasmin talked about. The next question is maybe Yasmin, this is your question. Is it related to the application? I'm not sure. Maybe it's the website. The Ghada is asking. This application has some text which is for reading for the parents who might be illiterate. So if you are talking about the application which Yasmin had shown, it targets usually the workers, caregivers, not the families or parents. However, everything we provide for the parents, we attach to it an audio message as well as a written message, because we know that some of them might not know how to read and write. There's someone who's trying to say something. Is it the case? Okay. This question is about if the teachers, the facilitators who use those resources have been trained specifically on the emotional side of the psychological side, especially if you're talking about people who have been exposed to traumas or children who have been exposed to traumas. The question is answered by yes. They receive this training about trauma, and we also just don't talk about children. We also talk about how they can deal with the parents of those children, how to deal with the psychological health, because there is a large impact when the psychological health of the families improve. This is reflected positively on the children. Yes, we train. The next question. We train the people, the workers, on how to access those resources. Actually, in our guides, in every activity we have added, we use the resources, and they have links. You can reach easily while doing the activities. How can we reach us? This is for the training platform of teachers. Now we will send you our email on the, and I'm going to also write it on the chat so you can reach me, and I will be linking you to this platform of teachers training. This is a question about the dialect. We have some videos. They are varied, by the way. Some of them are in standard Arabic. They have been produced in standard Arabic, the majority in the Levantine dialect, as Gada had said. However, there are some videos which are in the standard Arabic, Al-Fusha. I don't know what it means. Shannon, maybe you can help me with this question.
مش فاهمة إيش الفايل.
I did not understand what does she mean by the file at the end. What is this file which we can provide for her?
I'm not sure either. I'm wondering if this person, it's anonymous, but if this person could clarify which file they mean, maybe the curriculum document. But yes, we're happy to share any of these files. So just let us know which one.
Yeah. تمام. كمان مرة فايزة هلا أنا
Again, Faiza, my email and Shana's email are going to be shared. And now I will also post my email. How do you analyze the needs of the children to know this skills, emotional, social, psychological skills needed to be focused upon? I believe, Shana, it's very important to talk about how we are developing this content, how we work on the workshops, and we usually depend on specialists to help with that. Maybe Shana, you can help with telling us about how we do this work.
Sure. So we always use a very research-based process. I won't go into too much detail, but the Sesame model for creating media content includes a needs assessment at the beginning, then a content seminar with experts, and that includes psychologists and teachers and practitioners working with children. Formative research after we create the content to make sure that we're testing, user testing along the way, and then summative research at the end to test the impact of the content. So in this case, with social emotional learning, we heard during our needs assessment from parents that this was a huge need and that academic skills were also a need. Then we met with local experts who many of them ended up continuing with us, a team that we call the Education Consultants Group, who are extremely valuable to this program. who stayed with us throughout the program and advised on exactly which emotions and which needs would be most appropriate. And that's where we decided to really start from the basics and focus on the emotional ABCs and then build from there. And then following that, we use formative research to make sure we chose the right emotional vocabulary, to make sure kids were understanding our content. And then the summative research done by NYU to show whether or not we had impact. And in the end, I know, Siwar, you mentioned the remote early learning results. I'm not sure if we've talked about the mass media results, but we also found that the show had significant impacts on children's ability to name and to regulate their emotions. So it was successful in that goal.
شكرا شانا.
Thank you, Shana. There is another question. I believe this is for Manar. Did you mention that there was a merging of this with the educational sector in northwest Syria? Now, can you give us more details about how you did this merging? Manar, would you like to add anything? In regard to SEMA, we have merged this, the early childhood development with the protection programs. However, we have other partners who have merged the ECD program in the schools. Now, we have provided some activities of Welcome Sesame inside the schools as well. So, can you clarify the question even further? Yes, we have implemented Sesame Welcome. We have implemented this in the schools, in the camps, in also the other areas we worked in, and it was in short merged with education. I'm not sure who has asked this question because it's also not clear who had written this question. Can you clarify your question further so that can Manar answer it? Some partners as well of IRC have trained the teachers at schools, and this is to be the facilitators or to become the facilitators themselves. This was one of the ways of how we did this. There is a question about more details in regard to the training platform, which we have mentioned. The platform it has a number of topics about early childhood, education in early childhood. Some of them are videos, which talk about how we can train the children, and some others about tracks, interactive tracks, where the trainee attends and goes through a number of tracks, and at the end of every track there is a test, and in regard to the information gained. And I will go back and say, whomever is interested in this platform of training, I will send you my email, and it's in the last slide here. I will write it as well in the chat. You can communicate with me so I can connect you to this platform of training because you might need to be registered first.
Okay.
This question in regard to the application, yes, there is a speech for Yasmin, which is it available, as you said, an audio for this application? The application is for facilitators, and currently, no, we don't have an audio. However, the videos which have audio already, they have this feature. Thank you. There's another question by Emily who says, to how long this program is going to continue? Just I can't see the question anymore. And are there new facilitators which you've trained? We hope to continue in this program. This program currently is going to be ending very soon, after a few months, and nonetheless, we are trying seriously to continue on this work because it has an important impact on the children, on their families, in a number of sides or dimensions, and this was clear after the impact study the New York University have conducted on a number of programs we have done in the area. And we have also guides which have been mentioned by my colleagues. There are testimonies as well from those who have seen the program that yes, this is a success with every bit target which targets the children and the families. Are there facilitators who are already trained? About a week ago, we have ended the training of more than 1 week. The facilitators in Yemen, and we have another in Iraq, which is going to be soon. Siwar is going to Iraq to train there. So we already continue to do this according to the needs. Is it possible the question is, have been the material distributed to the material through email?
الإيميلات اللي يعني حضراتكم المشاركين
Do you mean the emails of the participants today, or are you talking about joining or sharing the resources with whom? Wasn't a clear question for me. If it's possible to clarify, what do you mean by the distribution of the material? There is another question. Apologies for asking all those. It needed some time. To what level this curricula have been used separately for psychosocial education? To what level you have merged this with the instructions or educational strategies like of e-reading and writing, and where we can find this? If we are talking about the traditional schools, or apologies, I'm reading in English and I'm trying to speak in Arabic. It's a bit confusing. I'm not a professional interpreter to do this. Now, the psychosocial education have been merged in everything. We have made it part and parcel of every intervention. We have it is part of everything we do. In the kindergarten curricula, it's part of those, as Dr. Hadil had said. We have also made this part of the readiness for education. Those are 2 weeks before the start of the scholastic year, and this program have been also implemented in more than one country. Yes, we concentrate on writing, reading, and numeracy, and this is in parallel with giving special attention to psychosocial learning. Yes, I will just add my email. So, Shana, you can also add your email in the chat, so to make it easy for the people, for the audience. After I finish the questions and answers, I will add my email. There. There's someone who's saying they would like to share their experience. I think this is Yasser and Nasan. Maybe it's you. Maybe this is your question because you worked in quality of ECD programs. I know, Yasser, maybe it's difficult for you to speak because the function of a microphone is not allowed. Only the committee organizing this webinar can speak, and I don't know if this is possible to do now and to unmute you or not. some people are requesting the links of the resources, the assets to be shared with the participants through the email. We see if let's see if Maria can do this to us for us. There is the link of the training program or platform. Please talk to me first because I need to connect you. Another question. Shana, can you answer this question? Mr. Muhammad Jamal.
أيوة أيوة
مرحبا.
أهلا.
Hi. Yes, this is Yasser. Now it seems that I can speak. They have unmuted me. Thank you. How are you all? Thank you very much. Am I clear? Yes. Thank you very much. My name is Yasser. I was a quality monitor of Northwest Syria with IRC. I would like to say this quickly in 2 minutes about our experience in Northwest Syria. Actually, during the 4 years, this was an excellent experience. We have almost finished our work now. How did we finish this? In the last 3 months, we have been closing the program, ending the grant. To be quick, in Northwest Syria, we had a number of partners. We have worked with IRC, also local organizations. In regard to the direct experience we have as an IRC, we have started at the last quarter of 2019. We had fixed centers at the beginning, spaces for children, where we have started merging the recreational activities with the health activities. We worked with one of the centers, health centers of the organization, which was supported by our organization. After a while, we have moved to satisfy the needs of the community, and we received a lot of feedback, which said that people want this service, and directly, not necessarily through the health centers. The administration approved, and our program approved this, and we opened a center in Northwest Syria where we implemented this. As well, we have benefited from a new experience which was called the mobile caravans, where had a memorandum of understanding with the Directorate of Education in Northwest Syria and the Governorate of Idlib. Those caravans visited the schools. In every school, we stayed for 3 months. We worked on the sustainability of this issue. We have trained the teachers, the facilitators, the educational facilitators on the Friends program, as well as the families, the childhood caregiver. And we have moved from a school to another through this means, and we could reach as much as possible of the beneficiaries. In regard to the feedback, it was great from the local communities. So many people now are deprived of this service today. So many of the local communities today requested our help and our service. They wanted us to target them with our program services. However, unfortunately, the IRC director, or the partners could not cover the whole area. This was the frustration actually we had because we could not reach everyone. The feedback was always great from the beneficiaries, and we have seen so many success stories. Some pieces of information are difficult to share. However, Mr. Yasser, what you're saying is very important. However, with all due respect, we have 1 minute until we end this session. I would like to thank you. And what you've said is very important. Thank you very much for your interventions. There are questions as well, which are related to the sustainability of the program. If you have questions, we can go back to you. However, the time is up. I have shared my email. I have it on the chat, introduced. I don't know if it can be delivered to everyone, and we can use Maria to send the email the email of Shana to everyone. If you need any help or you have any questions, we are ready for those. At the end, This all what we wanted to say for today. Thank you everyone for joining us, for all the very rich discussion, for the important questions as well. If you have any more questions, if you face the problem in accessing our resources, never hesitate to communicate with us through the emails we have just posted on the chat. Again, thank you for joining us. The IRC and Sesame's workshop are very proud of this work to reach the children, the parents, and we're so proud that we could show you our resources today. I wish you very good times. Thank you again.